Welcome back. All right, continuing my record of wearing Central Division jerseys today. We're going to talk about the Norris Trophy race. And the Norris Trophy has been seen as being Quinn Hughes's throughout the season. I'm not saying he's not going to win it. I just wanted to look at the stats. Now, I've got a combination of traditional stats and advanced stats. And I've got the top 10 scoring defensemen in the NHL, which is where a lot of the debate comes in, right? Like, okay, is your best overall defenseman one of the top scorers? Should it be? Whole of the debate for another time, but we know that our winner is likely going to be either Hughes or Makar. The websites I looked at, Hughes and Makar are the overwhelming favorites. Bouchard seen as third. Now, I'm not saying that Bouchard shouldn't be seen as having an excellent season, but I just don't see him as winning the Norris Trophy this year. Josi right now, the odds are really long on Josi. I'm not sure why, unless the odds haven't caught up yet. I went through various different sites just to see if anything changed, but yeah, Josi, it's like plus 7,500, and I was like, that just seems insane. But again, we'll see. So Quinn Hughes is number one in scoring, 71 games, 13 goals, 67 assists, 80 points. And again, he's the favorite. Plus minus, he's top in that with a plus 39. Now, in terms of points, 5 on 5, he has 49 points, 5 on 5, or even strength points. And that's the tops on the board. He plays 24 minutes and 43 seconds for the Vancouver Canucks per game. That's the average. His hits, he's not a big hitter. 24 hits, blocked shots. He's not a big one on blocked shots either at 45, which is easily the lowest number on the board. So if you're looking for somebody who blocks shots, Quinn Hughes is not the guy that does that. Now, giveaway and takeaway, his giveaway ratio is not bad. 47 giveaways to 38 takeaways. His top skating speed, according to NHL Edge, 22.4 miles per hour. That's right, NHL Edge stats in there. So I figured out a way to get Edge stats, advanced stats, and regular stats all onto the same board. And they didn't have to go with a 4 foot by 2 foot to do it. But Quinn Hughes' numbers are very, very good. And I'm not going to say they aren't. But I still think Cale Makar is going to get his share of votes. 66 games, 18 goals, 60 assists, 78 points. The 18 goals tied with Josi for the most amongst defensemen. As I said, he's number 2 favorite for the Norris Trophy. Plus 16 in the plus minus area of things. He has 42 5 on 5 points, which is of course 9 less than Quinn Hughes. He's playing 24 minutes and 53 seconds per game. He won the Norris Trophy in 2022. And it's interesting, too, that there's not... I remember a bygone era where a lot of guys would have, multiple Norris Trophies. Doesn't seem like that's the case now. A lot of guys with 1. Erik Karlsson has 3. He's an outlier now. So 34 hits for Cale Makar, 121 blocked shots. Not shy about blocked shots. And honestly, the 34 hits, a little bit lower than I'd expected with Cale Makar. His giveaway to takeaway ratio is very good. 36 giveaways, 60 takeaways. For a defenseman, that's high. And then the stat that really jumped out at me is penalty minutes versus penalty minutes drawn. He has 14 penalty minutes. He's drawn 44. Amongst defensemen, a 30 differential is much higher than everybody else. And so that's really, really notable for Makar, that he draws penalties. He has 200 shots, so he's amongst the top guys in shots. Amongst NHL defensemen with Josi and with Dahlin as well. And his top skating speed this year, 23.27 miles per hour, which by my count is the highest number on the board. So skating speed, he's got that. He's got the goals, the points per game. Everything for Cale Makar is there. And this is why when I see Cale Makar talked about as a Norris favorite, people are like, they're just going on other years. They're not talking about this year. Yep. No, people are talking about this year. Makar's been fantastic for Colorado this year. Then you got Evan Bouchard, and people are going to snicker, Bouchard, he doesn't belong there, but he has 72 points in 69 games, 15 goals, 57 assists, and again, he's seen as the number 3 favorite. I don't think we're going to see him number 3 in the vote, but he's a plus 26, which is impressive. 40 points, 5 on 5, playing 23 minutes and 8 seconds per game. So if you're looking for a guy who's playing a lot of minutes, Bouchard actually has the lowest number on the board for that. 60 hits, it's a good number of hits, 94 blocked shots, not bad. But again, he's hitting more than either Makar or Hughes. In fact, he's hit more than Makar and Hughes put together. 66 giveaways, 44 takeaways. That could hurt him. And the fact that he has 40 defensive zone giveaways, that's going to hurt him as well. So that's one thing with Bouchard. You get a lot of offense. You're going to be sacrificing a bit on the defensive end. He's been working a lot with Paul Coffey. That's going to get his points totals up. Once we reach off-season and all that, the thing he's going to have to work on in the off-season is on the defensive side. And it's not something that we don't see with young defensemen as they get older. They work on the defensive side of it. Oddly enough, having mentioned Paul Coffey before, Paul Coffey's defense got better as he got older. It kind of had to. The all offense all the time disappeared from the league, and you had to play defense, and he did get better. 21.96 miles per hour, the top skating speed for Bouchard this year. Roman Josi. Josi's steamrolled his way into this discussion. 18 goals, 54 assists, 72 points in 71 games, and he's a plus 18. 43 of his 72 points are scored 5-on-5. His ice time, 24 minutes, 29 seconds per game, and he won the Norris Trophy in 2020. 41 hits, which is lower than I'd expected from him as well. 123 blocked shots, that's a pretty good total. 53 giveaways, 24 takeaways, that might hurt him with voters, right? Way more giveaways than takeaways. 228 shots, number one amongst defensemen in the National Hockey League this year. His skating speed tops out at 21.88 miles per hour. Not as fleet of foot as some of the others, I should say. But yeah, Josi's been really, really strong this second half of the season. He is a huge part of the reason the Nashville Predators are currently on a 17-game point streak. Victor Hedman, do not count out Hedman. 68 games, 12 goals, 57 assists, 69 points. He's a plus 15. He has 41 points, 5-on-5. His ice time, 24 minutes and 47 seconds per game. He last won the Norris Trophy in 2018. And widely, I'd seen him as the best defenseman in the NHL for years. 51 hits for Hedman, 93 blocked shots. 47 giveaways, 21 takeaways. Again, if your giveaway to takeaway ratio isn't all that great, it may hurt you in the vote. His top skating speed, 21.3 miles per hour. Hedman may not be as fast as he was 5-10 years ago, but I think he's smarter. I think you have to play smarter as you get older. You have to offset the fact that, yeah, you're not 21 or 25 anymore. But yeah, Hedman's had a great year, and I think he's going to get a lot of votes as well. I honestly think the top four, when we get to the voting time, will be Hughes, Makar, Josi, Hedman in any order. I think we could see that land. We do have numerous games left before the end of the season. Things could change. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Noah Dobson, almost a point per game, 71 games, 8 goals, 57 assists, 65 points. He's a plus 7. 40 of his points, 5-on-5. His ice time, 25 minutes and 8 seconds per game. He's getting more ice time per game than Cale Makar or Quinn Hughes. So Noah Dobson deserves a lot of respect for that. He has 82 hits, so that's a high number. 162 blocked shots. So Dobson's not all offense. 57 giveaways, 31 takeaways. So that's not fantastic, but I mean 10 more giveaways and 10 more takeaways than Hedman, so not bad. And his skating speed's not bad either. 22.53 miles per hour is his maximum. Adam Fox, Ranger fans, I know will be clamoring for Fox to get into that top three. 61 games, 14 goals, 47 assists, 61 points. He's a plus 18. 32 5-on-5 points, which is the lowest number on the board. 23 minutes and 18 seconds per game. So he also plays less for the Rangers than the others do for their teams. Outside of Bouchard. Yeah, Bouchard's the next lowest number. Fox won the award in 2021. I think it's worthy of note, the guys that have won the award before, because it's easy for a voter to say, I'll go with him again. So if that's the case, that would favor Fox, Hedman, Josi, Makar. Makes sense, right? They're all on the board. 37 hits for Fox this year, 102 blocked shots. Not too shabby. This is where Fox is good. 25 giveaways, 37 takeaways. So he takes the puck away from the other team more than he gives it to them. And 34 penalty minutes, 40 penalty minutes drawn. So he has a positive in that aspect as well. There wasn't another one on the board that had as much as a 6 differential when it came to penalty minutes drawn versus penalty minutes taken. His top skating speed, 21.25 miles per hour. Fox is a smart defenseman as well. And I'm not saying that he's not underrated by some standards. Will he end up being 6th in the vote or top 5 in the vote? We'll see. But yeah, Fox has had a really good year. This is why voting on who the best defenseman is, I could understand how it would stress somebody out. Josh Morrissey for the Winnipeg Jets, 71 games, 8 goals, 50 assists, 58 points. He's a plus 26. 44 of his points have been 5-on-5, which is impressive out of 58. He's playing 24 minutes and 14 seconds per game. He has 77 hits, so he knows how to hit. 94 blocked shots, so he's not all that shy about blocking shots either. His giveaway-takeaway ratio is not bad. 39 giveaways, 41 takeaways. His skating speed, 21.87 miles per hour. So I don't think Morrissey wins it this year, but Morrissey is a very good defenseman. He's excellent. I want to talk about Rasmus Dahlin. His numbers are insane. So he's a -5. That's the first thing I'll point out, and that's people, he's not going to, he's -5. But 71 games, 17 goals, 35 assists, 52 points. For some reason, plus-minus seems to be more respected when you're looking at the Norris vote than anything else. But yeah, Dahlin's numbers are great. Like I said, 17 goals, 52 points. 33 of his points are 5-on-5. He's playing 25 minutes and 36 seconds per game. Of the defensemen on the board, nobody plays more than Rasmus Dahlin. Buffalo leaning on him heavily. So he must have been happy when Byram showed up, like, oh, good, somebody else can shoulder the load. 167 hits, 136 blocked shots. So just think about this for a second. Dahlin, 17 goals, 167 hits, 136 blocked shots. Let's jump over here. 209 shots on net. What can't Dahlin do? 42 giveaways, 36 takeaways. That's not bad considering he's out on the ice for almost half the game. So he's not giving the puck up a ton. And this is on a team that's not making the playoffs either. So you can understand how certain teams a defenseman plays for, his numbers are going to get worse. Well, Dahlin's should be worse, but they're really not. Outside of maybe plus-minus. His skating speed tops out at 21.44 miles per hour. Rasmus Dahlin may not win the Norris, but might he be the most all-round best all-around defenseman in the National Hockey League? I was going to say well-rounded or all-around, and I got caught in between both. So well-rounded, all-around, how would you define it? Yeah, Dahlin has to be in that conversation now. He's been fantastic. I've mentioned before, I'll mention it here again, Dahlin's one of those players that if he was playing for a bigger market or a more successful team, he'd probably be in the Norris conversation. He might even be seen as an odds-on favorite. Morgan Rielly is 10th in scoring amongst defensemen, so before anybody goes, you put Toronto on there because Toronto. No, Rielly's number 10 in scoring. 65 games, 7 goals, 44 assists, 51 points. He's a +8 in the plus-minus area. 35, 5-on-5 points out of 51 points. 23 minutes and 49 seconds played per game, so lower than a lot of the other ones on the board. His 90 hits, solid. 122 block shots. Rielly's better defensively, I think, than he gets credit for, although his giveaway-takeaway ratio is not great. 55 giveaways to 24 takeaways. 39 giveaways in his own zone. So that is one thing with Rielly. Bouchard, 40. Rielly, 39. D-zone giveaways, I would think, would be something that you don't want to be doing if you want to be seen as one of the best defensemen. But his top speed is good, 22.66 miles per hour. And again, Rielly producing points at a really good rate and hitting, blocking shots relatively well. It's just the giveaways. The giveaways are something he needs to work on. The fact that out of the 55, 39 of them are in his own zone. Again, that's one thing to keep an eye on. But, I mean, Rielly may not win a Norris, but I think he's better than some give him credit for. And there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Who do you think should win the Norris? Here's a question. Who do you think should win it, and who do you think will win it? So in other words, sometimes the guy that wins the award isn't necessarily the one that we think should. So who should win it versus who will win it? Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.